Welcome to another interesting episode. In this video, we're going to find all values of a, given that a squared minus a cubed is equal to 392. In order to find all values of a, our first step will be for us to move 392 to the left-hand side. When we do that, we have a squared minus a cubed. And as 392 crosses to the left, it becomes negative 392. This is equal to 0. Good. Now our next step will be for us to split 392 into the sum of two numbers. So we have a squared minus a cubed minus. Now the sum of two numbers I'm going to be splitting 392 will be 49 plus 343. Well, the reason for this is because 49 is a perfect squared, just as this a squared here, and 343 is a perfect cube, just as this a cube. Now let's open up the parentheses. So we have a squared minus a cube. Now using this negative to open up the parentheses, we have minus 49. Now minus times plus is minus 343. And this is equal to 0. Now we can simplify this expression. So a squared minus a cubed minus 49 as a perfect square can be written as 7 squared minus 343 as a perfect cube can be written as 7 cubed. And this is equal to 0. Now let's group these terms together. The terms with squares should be grouped together, while the terms with cube should be grouped together. So we have a squared minus 7 squared. So this should be grouped together. Then we have minus a cube minus 7 cube. Well, when we group this together, you'll notice something. When I open up the bracket, I'll have minus times minus to give plus, but we don't have plus here. So in order to maintain the minus, I'll have to put plus here inside the parentheses, so that when I have minus times plus, it gives back minus. That is it. And this is equal to 0. You notice two identities. We have the difference of two squares, and we have the sum of two cubes. For difference of two squares, let's write the identity here. When I have m squared minus n squared, this is the same as m plus n times m minus n. While for the sum of two cubes, which is m cubed plus n cubed, this has an identity of m plus n times m squared minus m times n plus n squared. Good. Now we're going to do some comparison here. We are saying that our m represents a, while n represents 7. So writing this and this in terms of their identities will be, for difference of two squares, we have m plus n. So m is a plus n is 7 in a bracket, then times m minus n. So a minus 7. Good. And then we have minus, so minus. So we have the sum of two cubes. This is the identity. We have m plus n. So that will be a plus 7 times. We have m squared. M is a squared minus m times n. M times n is a times 7. That will be 7a. And then plus n squared. So that is 7 squared, which is 49. Good. And this is equal to 0. Now notice that a plus 7 and a plus 7 are here, which means a plus 7 is common. So we can factor out a plus 7. Now, because of this negative here, I'm going to put a square bracket. Good. Now, let's factorize. You notice that this is already out, so what is remaining here will be a minus 7. Good. Then we have minus. Now, remember that this is already factored out, so what will be left is this, which is a squared minus 7a plus 49. Good. Now, close your square bracket, and this is equal to 0. Very good. So let's simplify what's inside this bracket. So a plus 7 times, this is a minus 7. Now using this negative to open up the inside parentheses, we have minus a squared. Minus times minus is plus 7a. And minus times plus is minus 49. And this is equal to 0. We simplify further. So this is a plus 7 times. Now I'm going to write this first, which is minus a squared. Now a plus 7a is plus 8a. And then negative 7, negative 59 is negative 56. Very good. This is 49. That's negative 56. And this is equal to 0. Very good. So there are two cases from here. We have a plus 7 to be equal to 0, or we have negative a squared plus 8a minus 56 to be equal to 0. So we solve these two cases one after the other. Now for the first case, we subtract 7 from both sides in order to get a value for a. Now subtracting 7, we have a here. Now 7 minus 7 is 0, and this is equal to 0 minus 7 is negative 7. So our first value for a is equal to negative 7. Now from our second case, this is a nice quadratic equation, but we have to get rid of this negative. We do that by multiplying both sides by negative 1. So multiply both sides by negative 1. We're going to have something like this. So we have negative here. Good. So negative times negative is positive. So we now have positive a squared. So negative times positive is negative. So we have negative 8a. Now negative times negative is positive 56. And this is equal to 1 times 0 is 0. Very good. Well, this quadratic equation cannot be factorized. So our best chance is to either use the formula method or use the completing the square method. I'll prefer the completing the square method because the coefficient of a is even. So our first step in using the completing the square method is to move 56, which is a constant term, to the right hand side. So we have a squared minus 8a. So this is equal to, as 56 crosses to the right, it becomes negative 56. Good. Now, we take the coefficient of a, that is 8, we divide it by 2. So a divided by 2 is 4, and then we square the results. Now, this 4 squared is equal to 16. Good. So we add 16 to both sides of the equation. So we have a squared minus 8a. Now add 16 to the left-hand side. This is equal to, the right-hand side is negative 56. We're also going to add 16. Good. Now, the left-hand side is now a perfect square of a. Now we include this negative, negative 4, all raised to the power of 2, equal to negative 56 plus 16 is negative 40. Now to get rid of this square, we take the square root of both sides. So take the square root of a minus 4 all squared. This is equal to plus or minus the square root of negative 40. Now notice that this square root and the square cancel out, leaving behind a minus 4 to be equal to plus or minus. Now I'll simplify this into the square root of, now this can be written as 4 times 10 times negative 1. Good. So this becomes a minus 4 equal to plus or minus. Now let's separate what we have here. The square root of 4 times the square root of 10 times the square root of negative 1. So this becomes a minus 4 equal to plus or minus. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 10 is the square root of 10. While the square root of negative 1 is I. Now bring this negative 4 to the right hand side so that we have a to b. As negative 4 crosses to the right, it becomes positive 4. Plus or minus 2 root 10 I. Very good. So there are two values of a from here. We have 4 plus 2 root 10 I. And we have 4 minus 2 root 10 I. Very good. Remember, we've got one value to be negative 7. So this is the second solution, while this is the third solution. Well, you want more videos like this? Click the videos below.